Welcome to Framework Fortune. I am your host, Ben, and we are here today with Daniel B., the infamous crypto skeptic and longtime favorite troll of Framework Fortune. How's it going, buddy? How are you?
Very good, Ben. Thank you for asking. I'm here so we can start the debate. Hold on.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I want to just see you because I don't see you on computer, so I see you in iPad.
Okay. Before we even start the debate, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your experience in the stock market and all that? So a lot of people, we've got a lot of new people that's coming to the channel and the community, and your Christmas background is phenomenal, by the way. But yeah, just tell us a little bit about your background in the markets and your history with trading and economics and all that.
Okay. My background, let's say, where to start? I'm not economist. I didn't attend any economic school or something like that. I finished the college, but it's about child psychology. So I'm child psychology. And when I came to United States, I even don't know nothing about the stock market. And so I educate myself. I start trading in 2009, I think. And since then, I'm still trading.
Yeah,
That's all what I can say.
yeah. So over 10 years of experience in the stock market. So you've been around the block. You know a few things about trading and hopping in on these crazy market days that we've been having lately. But
Yes,
as the
I
title,
educate myself as everybody. I failed twice. I burned my account. Then I go back, but I completely change my trading style and change my view how to trade.
yeah, we as traders, I think we go through that process and we continue to do that until we die. Because it's always a learning process. You're always learning something new about the market. So. But like the title says, you are one of the biggest cryptocurrency skeptics that I have met or talked to or seen anywhere. Like you are a bigger crypto skeptic, in my opinion, than Peter Schiff is, and that's saying something. Peter Schiff is a big gold bug. A lot of people seen his debates and stuff like that. So I wanted to give you the chance to actually tell us why you are so anti-crypto. Why do you think cryptos are tulips? Why do you think they're flowers?
Why I think let's start from beginning. The first crypto probably was Bitcoin. It starts in January 2009 in Amsterdam by the hacker. His nickname was like Satoshi Nakamoto, I think. And it's been about 13 years since creation. They call digital gold, decentralized cryptocurrency. Since the Bitcoin was released for public, I think it was grow for 9 million% up. That's a crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And as a total supply, I think is like 19 millions and 21 millions
Yeah,
in total.
yeah.
So
19.
evaluate,
I think it's 20 million total,
yeah,
but somewhere
evaluate,
around
we
there.
can put about 1.1, 1.2 trillion. It depends what date it is and how much it is up or down. So, and the Bitcoin is basically running on two things. It's a software and blockchain. Somebody create the software, give to the people, and the people can mining, during the blockchain, which is, I think it's very complicated system, and uh, and people can mine the Bitcoin at home and everywhere else. So that's the good thing because the Bitcoin as a crypto, it can be independent, it can be independent from governments, from everybody, and public can control each transaction and everything. This is good part about the Bitcoin. But as an investment, yes, not investment. I put the wrong word. It's a speculation, because this is not investment. If you have investment, let's say you're buying some company or anything else, house, land, or anything else, is if you have investment, the company or something, it's producing something. In the next 10, 20 years, it's gonna multiply. It's gonna make value, more value, add more value for the people, and then you
So
can sell.
so
And
let me
yeah,
ask you
go ahead.
this. Let me ask you real quick. So you think that Bitcoin is not producing anything?
Bitcoin is not producing anything. It's only running by the people, who is like precipitate on the price. As you say, supply and demand. Some people believe when they step in a Bitcoin, like let's say now in 48, 49,000 is a good price to buy, and will go, as one life says, my friend one life says, is going to 500,000. It's good, but my only question is always, and I was listening to, let's say, the politician like Vladimir Putin. They say, will Russia accept cryptocurrency or like a Bitcoin or Ethereum? And he say no. And the reporter asked why not? Because he say it's a huge fluctuation in the price. So one day you sell for this price and overnight you completely lose money or you make money. So
So did they
this,
hold on? Did they ask Putin only about Bitcoin
no, they ask also in Ethereum.
and
Because if
Ethereum?
you know, the Ethereum was created by Canadian, I think Ukrainian or Russian native. I
Yeah,
forgot his name.
Butternick, I think was his last name. Vitalik Butternick. I don't know how to say it, but it's something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't
Vitalik.
matter. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was actually 3 years ago in huge conference in Moscow, and they was talking about the cryptocurrency and chain and everything. But finally they say it will be not work because of fluctuation. And also I saw
Fluctuation.
fluctuation. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw
Okay.
the video when a Beverly Hills guy who is selling like high-end jewelry, and he accept the Bitcoin or any crypto. And you know what he done? When the customer pay like, I don't know, 70,000 for some jewelry, he left. He paid with the Bitcoin. He left the store, and the guy who sell to him right away call his broker and say, okay, somebody pay with the Bitcoin, so could you please turn to the dollars? So he right away sell it, because he don't want to risk, going price down. So he will be make, less profit if the Bitcoin goes then day, maybe $2,000 or $3,000. So that's what is always I asking the question. This is cannot be currency, because this is not, we cannot calculate the value of the Bitcoin. And because when we have, as I debate this morning with you in a chat, we have just fiat currency. It's a completely, I agree, it's a shit. It's
Yeah.
completely shit. I agree with you. And the thing is, they can calculate from GDP. But we know, when we calculate US debt and GDP, we know the dollar is shit. So okay, but we can know what price it is. We know the dollar has no value. The dollar start decline since 1940.
Mm-hmm.
In 1940, you can buy for $1 six loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Now you can buy for dollar. I was yesterday in Whole Foods, $4.50 per loaf of bread. So you can buy less than quarter.
Okay. Let me stop
Oh,
you right here. So what's the difference in the dollar fluctuating like that and Bitcoin fluctuating?
that's I'm gonna get there. There
But
is
you
another.
said but you said Bitcoin can't be a currency because it fluctuates. But you said the U.S. dollar fluctuates.
It is, but US dollar has regulator, and all fiat currency has regulator, and and it cannot be manipulated
It has to.
because when somebody shorting, let's say a Soros was shorting Bank of England in 1992, and he made like 1 billion overnight, but Bank of England come back with the buying these things, buying the British pound back to stabilize, and also they increase like I think like 12 or 13% in interest for those who will be speculate with British pound. But it was too late. But government can do this, and I don't like too much government involved. But
So
as we look as a history back in science, money was created. Money was created for trading. So you cannot, if you want to trade, let's say 2 bags of potatoes for, let's say,
yeah, the barter
one
system.
cow.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go with a cow somewhere 300 miles. So you just bring the paper money. That's all. What was the purpose? But the money was always manipulated, and we cannot avoid this. So but money is here, they under the control of central banks, and
That's
but the
fiat.
bitcoin
That's fiat
is
currency,
control
though.
is yeah,
Fi-
but bitcoin or other cryptos are not controlled with
ex-
anybody. So
yeah.
if somebody, let's say, step in and buy all bitcoins, so it will be create a recession, because there nobody can step in and they say, okay, we're gonna put more bitcoins or something like that in circulation for the people. People can buy anything.
What's
So
what's
will be like monopoly.
what's different? Well, I mean, we already have monopolies. Google is a monopoly. Facebook, Amazon is definitely a monopoly. Amazon owns most of the internet servers now. That's why they can take down and put up whatever they want to. And we saw a lot of ads and stuff this last year that wouldn't get played, and people's stuff getting yanked down because they can shut the whole internet down if they want to. That's a monopoly. So what's that? We already have that problem. So why would that make a difference with cryptos? Does it? What in the stock
It is,
market? Isn't the stock
Ben,
market
it
susceptible?
is different because we know who are those owners, who are behind those monopolies, as you say. But with the crypto, we don't know. We don't
No,
know who,
only Bitcoin
the
we don't know.
the big players, let's say you have one Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin is, I think, has like 1 million Satoshi, if I'm not mistakes. So if the people think I'm Bitcoin investor and they have like 2 or 3 thousand in, is like, I don't know, 500 Satoshi or maybe less, or 50 Satoshis. So what he can influence? Nothing, nothing at all. And
Yeah, but
if somebody,
here's the problem right now. You're only using Bitcoin as an example. There's 5,000 different currencies of different blockchains and crypto projects out there right now that are not
that's
Bitcoin.
that's the another my problem. It's a completely bullshit scam for retards who is believing somebody create fuck you Biden, or I don't know, and or let's say create new Shiba head or Cosmos or something like that. This is not real worth. This is not real value. This is, you buy for $100, 4 million some Shibas, or I don't know what price it is, or other craps. This is not how. This is the same
See,
thing.
you just
and
went
and
to an
if
extreme again. See, you started with Bitcoin and you skipped every single coin and went to the extreme of Shiba and these far meme coin type of projects. There is a difference between Shiba, Bitcoin, Atom, and all types of different coins, because the projects, the technology back in those coins is very valuable. And not only that, do you not agree that blockchain and these currencies create online economies? I mean, we're seeing
no,
it.
it's not at all. Only was, I think it was some regulation right now. Somebody who take the profit out of bitcoins, they have to
We're back to
pay the
Bitcoin.
taxes. Yeah,
But
or
you're back
something.
to Bitcoin now. See?
Yeah, but it is not. Is Hey, listen, this is not creation at all, and I tell you why. Because when you study the economy cycles, before, I think before 1990, 1980, yeah, if I'm correct, it was only 5% of financial institution making, is only 5% financial institution contribute to GDP of United States, and rest of the economy, it was the workers, it was the factories or something else. Now we have over 40% of people who is not create any value. What bank create? They trading the money, they getting richer, but they not building or not baking a bread, they not building the bridges. So its economy in over the world, not in only United States, is turning when the people, like a teacher, let's say, or somebody who is sitting in the office, or somebody who is working from home, he doing anything, he just there and not create anything. He just spinning the money around and circulate like the banks, making big profits on the loans, on a investment, and there is less and less factories who is the create real value for the society. That's the problem,
What's
and
that got
that's
to do with cryptos, though? That has nothing to do with cryptos. That's our government that's done all that.
yeah, you know what? The cryptos is also does not create anything. Crypto is, you're putting there and you're hoping it's drive by the hope it's gonna only rise. But this is why I always saying and compare to tulip mania. And as we know, as tulip mania, it was like in 1537 till 1539. It was like 2 years project when the tulips bulbs go from like 2 Holland guldens to like 200,000 Holland guldens. The people say sell farms, homes, everything. Just everybody right and left getting richer and richer, and you cannot standing and watching your neighbor. He got richer and richer and richer. And when it's got to the point where we all know how it's end up, the people lost everything, and was only 1.5% of people who get the rich, and
Okay.
rest of them they lost
So,
in
so
free
what can you use tulips for?
for nothing as a Bitcoin.
So you can't use Bitcoin for anything.
You can use Bitcoin only in your imagination. Go and buy house with the Bitcoin.
You can. You can buy a house with
Go
Bitcoin. There's
no
plenty
go
of.
and do trades. Go and trade oil with the Bitcoin around the world. Go and pay to Chinese with the Bitcoin. No, because China already banned it. Also India, where is you have
But
in India, I don't know,
Daniel
1.5
B.
billion
Daniel B.
people.
Daniel B. Let's say I'm from. Let's say I come from China and I have the digital yuan, and I come to America. Nobody accepts the digital yuan in America. They have to switch it to the U.S. dollar. Correct. So
Yes.
what's different about Bitcoin in that regard from the traditional currencies that we already have?
As I say, Bitcoin is great idea, but will not work. Never.
That's
Never.
not the question I asked you. I didn't ask you if it would work. I asked you what's the difference between the digital yuan and converting it to the US dollar and having Bitcoin and converting it to the US dollar.
What is different? I don't know what is different now because it's not happening now. And
What do you mean it's not
if
happening now?
if
What's not?
will US if Ben if will US government accept digital yuan as a or euro or something else, that then we can talk about this. But now we only just speculating as a
I'm not
Bitcoin is speculating.
so then this is not speculation. People come from other countries all the time with currencies. You came from
Yes,
another country. Did you have US dollars in your pocket when you came?
yes, I do.
When you first came here, you had US before you got to America, you had US dollars in your pocket.
Yes, I have US dollars. I exchange in my country.
Yes, you have an exchange in your country. Exactly. You had to exchange your country's currency for the US dollar to be able to spend it in America. So, what is the
Yes,
difference from doing what you did, which is real, and taking Bitcoin and turning it into the US dollar to buy bread? What's different from the digital, from the yuan or your currency you use than Bitcoin? What is the difference in that
it's not
regard?
different, but it will not gonna happen as a large scale as you think or somebody else. A lot of people, because everybody is just influenced with the Bitcoin. As I call this herd effect. Everybody is in a Bitcoin, so you have to be in Bitcoin. I read a lot how Bitcoin is work, how it's creating, how other
But
cryptos are.
again, that's only Bitcoin. You can't base every single coin and project off of
That's
Bitcoin.
true, Ben.
They're
But
not even
tell
the
me,
same proof.
which are other products of cryptocurrency are shiny somewhere in the market? When with the Russia, India, Europe, America,
Just in
where you
just
see this trading with the currency for dollars or euros or yuans or Japanese or something else, nothing.
what do you
It's the
mean?
same crap as a gold or silver or somebody else collecting because he's protecting himself from inflation, deflation, and everything else. But it's a nonsense. When you buy 2,000 years ago
Hold on.
bricks of
So hold on,
gold,
so gold and silver is nonsense too.
it is. It is nonsense. As I never saw somebody who is pay with the gold bricks or silver or something like that.
That goes back to what I was talking about. I've never seen what was the name of your currency that you had in your country?
It's a euro.
Well, I've never seen anybody pay for euro in America. So I can make that same statement about the euro. So the
Yeah,
euro is the same as Bitcoin and gold then.
but Ben, we are not talking about maybe imaginary. It's not happening. When you're going with
What do you
with
mean it's
your
not? There's ATMs around every gas station where you can go and put your debit card in and get Bitcoin or cash your Bitcoin out for dollars. There's stores that are
okay,
accepting currencies
this
or
is this
accepting
is a this is
cryptocurrencies.
a this is ATMs. But what is supposed to do with the economy in the United States or in your privacy? This is like you have a bag of potatoes and you're going somewhere with this and exchange for something for dollars. You're still changing for the money. You put the dollars inside and buy or purchasing the cryptos. And if you want to take the profit, also you're selling for dollars. So this is only commodity what you speculate to make money, like the tulips. It's crypto is not Bitcoin is not saying Bitcoin, but back then it was tulips bulbs. That's the same product. That's that's the all what I
Well,
can
no,
say.
you said that tulips have no purpose, but Bitcoin. You said tulips have no use, and then you said Bitcoin has only one use. So they're not the same. If one has one use and the other has no use, then they're not the
No,
same.
Bitcoin has same use as the tulips. It was only speculated training. You hoping to get somebody will pay
Okay,
bigger price or higher price as you pay. That's all what everybody hopes. It will be, let's say Bitcoin is now like 48, 7, something like that thousand. It will drop to 20,000, then to 15,000. You will see how people react. Everybody will stepping out, of this. Nobody will be waiting for correction or something like that because there is no regulator. There is no government say, "Hey, stop, stop, stop. This is can have devastating, you
Daniel B,
know,
can you name one? Can you name?
devastating for
Can you
the people."
name? Daniel B, can you name one regulation from the government that has helped the market?
Yes,
Name one.
that was many. and regulation. As I'm gonna
That
go
help the
back,
market. First, let me
yes,
go back before we get into that.
yes, I will tell you right now.
Okay.
If you wanna regulate, I am against any regulation because all system, there's like four economic system fail.
How are you against all regulations and you just said that the cryptos won't work? That's the whole purpose of cryptocurrencies is because they're not regulated. It is what you want. And you're saying that it is nothing. Do you not hear that? This coming out like
Ben,
chat.
can
What
you
is going
can
on in
you
here? Am
can you
I going crazy right now? This is like I feel like
yes,
I'm
you're crazy because you don't wanna let me explain what I'm saying.
You've been
And you will
explaining the
see
same thing for
on the
10
end.
minutes. I've only
So
asked you
just
two
listen.
questions.
Yeah, just listen because
Okay.
you are very short time framing and you just talking about what is going on right now when
I
we
haven't
are
talked about
what.
anything. I've
So
asked you two
that but
questions.
no, that's why I want to answer to you. If you go back, there is like four economic theories. It was Marxist, socialist. When was the regulation from government? This was utopia. It's completely fail because people cannot control this. People cannot has the same opportunity, same price for everything because it's nonsense. This is not how economy works. And if you wanna, you can read the Marx book. I think it's called Das Kapital, and it was published in
Karl Marx was
1867.
not an economist. I don't have nothing to hear from Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a jealous baby who
Listen,
was
man.
jealous of
Let
everybody
me
else. He was an
let
idiot. He knew nothing about economies.
man.
If you're coming at me with Marxism, Daniel B, is that what
Who
Karl
who did
Marx is who you're going to quote in an economic argument?
hold on? But who you say who did nothing about economics?
Karl Marx. He was not an economist.
And who was he?
He was a guy who was jealous of everybody else. That's why all of his material blames everybody else except for the government, and his solution is the government. You just said you were against all regulations, but now you're quoting Marxism? That is total opposites. That's what I'm for, is against all regulations. Marxism is for socialism and communism, like for heavy regulations. Which, like
Now
I said, name me
now
one regulation, and you couldn't
now you
answer that.
step in your own shit.
How did I
Because
step in? What do you mean?
because if you know the Marx and Engels, they was economists. They live in London, and he spent 20 years to wrote book Das Kapital, and he was anti. Actually, it wasn't called capitalist in that time because the big industrial revolution in England, the problem it was they start to employ
Karl Marx, right here. Karl Marx was a German philosopher. He wasn't from England, and he was
an
not.
economist too,
Huh?
an economist too.
But he was not even from England. You said he was from
He wrote
England.
with Engels Communist Manifesto, and in 1867, I think he wrote Das Kapital, and he
Yeah,
spent
he
20
studied
years to
law
write.
under.
He
He
was
studied.
very educated man, very good economist. And that's why
No.
I'm telling this book is about 800 pages,
How
and
can you be?
you read only one page in Wikipedia, and you think you know what he means, what was all about it. And I'm just saying, this system, what he
Karl
created,
Marx
and
is
his
Keynesian
theory, not
economics.
system, it failed. It's failed.
What
Because
failed? What
what?
failed? What's failed?
The social system, the communist, the fail.
Yeah.
The fail. That's the you. That I want. Let me finish. You're not letting me finish. You don't know what
No,
I
I was
want
just
to
asking
say.
what you were saying.
And then this. Hey, then the second system. It was what you don't like it. It was the Keynesian system, which is government is involved in an economy. Involved in economy.
So you don't think Karl Marx says no government should be involved?
No, Karl Marx. His theory was the people is owning everything. The people is regulator. But it's never happened because we know the government was already regulated. Government was in the center, and government was regulated how much, let's say, cars will be produced, and what color will be produced, what the price will be. They doesn't care if people can trade, or if people will be in surplus or production, because all economy is about three things: resources, producer, and customers. That's all. That's all what you can say.
You know what all three of those have in common? Value transfer. All three of those, that's not an economy. Those three things are parts of an economy, but the thing that moves an economy is the value transfer. So it doesn't matter if you call a group of people a government, a group of people a bank, or a group of people whatever. We're all just groups of people. It's just labels that we're talking about. An economy is just the transfer of value. That's all an economy is.
The numbers. Economy is a social study. Every economist later who is won Nobel Prize wasn't mathematical genius. It was the social studies. Same as the John Maynard Keynes. What you don't like it. Same as was Hayek. Same as was Ludwig von Mises. And same as was Adam Smith. Same as was Milton Friedman. Same as was John Buchanan.
Hold on.
Economies, was first study the social, the movement of people, the trades, the money moving, and everything.
The money moving, exactly. Value transfer. That's all an economy is.
Okay, but let's say yesterday you argue with the One Life. If the government stepping in, like in a Keynesian theories, and you don't like that, but this is.
It's not that I don't like that. Every time in history that they've stepped in with their Keynesian principles or Marxism, it's failed horribly. Not just like, it kind of worked. No, horribly. Millions of people died. People's lives got ruined. Cities have burned to the ground. You see it today right now. One Life is in Detroit. He tells how nice Detroit's built back up downtown. Before it built back up, it was ruined. And why was it ruined? Because of government regulation. You can't point me to one example of Keynesian, Marxism, or anything in history that has ever worked. What has worked is the barter system and being able to understand that everybody is people, no matter whether they're government or what they are. We don't have control over supply and demand. We don't have control over survival of the fittest. All we can do is transfer our value back and forth to each other. Whether we call it a dollar, a piece of gold, a Bitcoin, it makes no difference as long as everybody is willing to take that as a trade. Guess what? If this guy doesn't want to take cryptocurrency, I'll go somewhere else. I did this in Florida. I went to a gold store. I went to an exchange. No, hold on. Because you said earlier.
It's your disillusion. You are somewhere in the clouds. This is not happen. Ben, when America was founded, they have only 4 million people. And why they grow to the 330 millions and the best economy in the planet? There's most millionaires on the planet lives in America. Look at the Canada, okay, they're almost similar, and look at the Mexico. Why they've been here since before Americans, before Europeans arrived. Why?
Yeah, because of bad government regulation.
Why is India in a shit? Why is all Africa is in a shit? And you know why? Because when they will accept what you're saying partly is right. Yeah, all those systems fail. But in the beginning, let's say, after a Second World War, when America in 1929, when was the crash? You know why it was 10 years so depressed here? It was like 3 million people was unemployed. And I think it was, at that time, 125 million people lives in America. If you count down, 30% was kids and 30% was women. So could you imagine it's about 30%, 33% people doesn't have work? That was crazy. You know why? Because the central bank not stepped in. Last time when the when the banks rescued the American economy, it was
That's not.
before in 1907, when was the first huge crash in Wall Street. And the American banks, leading with JP Piedmont Morgan and somebody else, they were stepping in and they starting the purchase stocks, and they releasing the Federal Reserve and also the bank reserve in cash, spreading to the public, so public can spending money. And that's was happened in after World War II, when the people was completely destroyed around the world and American economy was blooming. Why? Because it was applied the Keynesian theory. The people need and government need to spend money. In that time, it was very smart. We know all how it ended up in 70s. It was going to the sinkhole, shithole, actually. But in that time, it was the best. It was called the golden economy in America, because people can buy the house, can build the house, can buy the car, women stay home taking care about kids, everybody go on vacation, everybody buy the recreational vehicles, go around America. It was never like before in America. And why? Because they call the plunge hole. when you put the savings and you're not spending, your bathtub will be fully filled with the water or cash. So why you holding the cash? Cash need to be circulate, and that's why they spending money, and the people spending money. And it was the Keynes theories was printing the money and spending the money. So it was monetary and fiscal policies. When the Milton Friedman
So
came,
let me stop you, Daniel B. Let me stop you.
go ahead.
So, if what you're saying is true, that the Keynesian theory is why we had a golden age, why are we still not in a golden age? Because they've still been printing money. They've printed the most money they've ever printed ever, as fast as possible ever. And we're $30 trillion in debt. And all the manufacturing has left. Because I would argue against your point, the reason why we had an economic boom is because there wasn't as many regulations and technological advances happened. Technology is why you sit there with a Christmas tree with lights on it. If not, you'd be in a cave right now with no lights. That has nothing to do with the government or in economic
because
theory.
when you have startup today,
No. Hold on.
Same as the Apple,
Hold on. Stop.
same as other companies. If you don't
Stop.
have cash for develop your business, you are in a deep shit. That's why it needs to be money around.
Yeah, but okay, money has to be around. That's
If
fine.
you know
I'm not
why is
arguing
the-
that.
Why is the electricity there? Because the Tesla came to see the what was the guy? Oh shit! Who built the big?
So let me ask you this question, Daniel B. Who gave the first cave? Who was the investor in the first caveman who made the will? Who invested in that caveman?
Nobody, but that's why.
That's it. The first technological advancement, and human life got better.
People are here, maybe 30,000 years, but last 150 years is the biggest development on this planet ever. Why? Because the money was created, and money is like a oil in a machine. When you take the oil from the machine, your wheels, your gear wheels will be stuck, will be usable, will be shitty. You need the money put to the machine. If you have money, people are stupid. And every system, even Milton Friedman, even if you have no regulation, even if you have regulation, if you have anything, in few years, few decades will be collapsed. But it doesn't matter if America has a debt or doesn't have debt. It's very bad. I agree with you. I'm against any debt. But you know what it's gonna do? Nobody will ever pay debt. Even personal debt, what people have, and not even countries debt. Like
I need you to stay on track, Daniel B. You're jumping topics.
And going again, cycle going again. That's all. It's happened in 70s when when the Keynesian theory was fucked up, they starting the inflation and unemployment. It was completely suck in 1971 to 1979. And 1979, it was the worst thing to invest or get your money, your house, everything go depreciation. But also Ray Dalio is one of the biggest hedge fund. What he create, I think, is a Blackwater. He was betting all his money for next recession because it was so bad in America. In 1981, the economy just took off and he lost everything because he was short on everything.
You're talking about one person.
You know why? Because the money came to the Fed, just decreased the interest rate on zero, and money was pumping to economy, and economy grows to the next. I think
pumping money doesn't
like skyrocket.
How? Explain to me if there was no investor to give the first caveman money to make the will, what is different now? You're saying because money exists. So just because money exists, technology advances?
It is. It is a lot.
How? Let me ask you. How does a piece of paper that doesn't have any value that you agree is shit? How does that advance technology?
This is not about the. You're saying it's not have a value. So if you're going to the store and you pay for your bacon $7, it has value or not? It's your store merchant.
No, your bacon. No. You're no.
$10 what you gave me has no value, so I cannot give you your bacon. So
That's,
could you bring me some?
See, you having that's the wrong. That's not how you look at currency. First off, the value is the bacon. The currency, the dollar, the $10 is what you got for your time for working. You're trading your time for that bacon. The piece of paper in the middle has nothing to do with anything. It's just a piece of paper the government told us that we have to pay with things for. There's no value there. Bacon, time. That's the value. So what the hell did you just talk about all that for? Because I have no idea what you just said. It made no sense.
I have no idea. You just create as nothing has value. Money has no value. Only products have value. So why everybody trading their time in the work, the commodity? If you're buying the car, why somebody give you in the dealership?
Like you just said, because you bought the car. You're getting the car. Nobody. Daniel B.
They making money. They have surplus. They invest the money and they make more money. That's what it's all about. It's nothing about, oh, you know what? You give me $10, but it's have only maybe $2 value, or maybe no value, maybe 10 cents because it's cost to produce this $10 paper. So I don't know.
Eric Kemper, I disagree with that. It depends on the product.
You cannot live in utopia in your some bubble. If you know, look, so many people say now will be crash. Maybe, but I was listening to Bill Ackman last time, maybe 2 months ago, and he say he expecting the economical boom, not decline. So you never know what is around. I don't want to.
You talk. Why does Eric? Hold on, Daniel B.
Economy.
You gotta let me talk, man. You keep telling me not to interrupt you, but you keep on not letting me talk. You've been going on for an hour about the same shit over and over again.
But it's not shit. You're saying
I'm not.
Do this, but this is only what you think. Maybe if you're going to the bed, looking on through the window, and you say, oh, it's bad. What I should do? Money has not worked. What I can do? Do I have to buy property? I think everything's going down. So if I buy the new house or property, I think it will go down. Oh, I don't know. I have to spend all my money to buy a new.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Or silver coins. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I have to do.
What are you talking about?
You are saying.
Who is saying that? Who's saying, oh, I don't know what to do, I need to buy a gold brick? Who says that? What are you talking about?
You are buying bricks. You say you're going to your
but I'm not spending
store and buy all silver coins. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? You
Not
ordering
because
food
I don't know what
online
to
and blah blah
do. I'm
blah.
buying gold and silver because I know what to do. I'm buying gold, silver, and cryptos and real
Yeah,
estate.
yeah, that's good for you. I'm not against you. You know, you buy whatever you want. I'm just saying it's for me. It's absolutely nonsense, but it's okay. Hey,
So even
I'm
so,
not
real
saying
estate is
anything.
nonsense
But as I
too.
told you,
Hold on,
airline,
hold on. Back up,
airlines
back up.
and gold. It was the biggest ever who people lost the money on this. Airlines and gold.
Yeah, but if you
That's
look now, the price of gold has been
price of
higher.
gold, Ben. If you buy 2,000 years ago the same amount as gold as
You
you have
can't.
now, it's only 0.2% valuation. 0.2%. So you're not winner at all. Not
How
winner at
where
all.
wait, how are you getting an evaluation of gold from 2000 years ago? And then how are you even going to compare a valuation of gold then to now? There
But I don't
wasn't.
want to talk about gold because it's the same nonsense as the cryptos. That's all.
So let me ask you this. Where do you put your money? What are you keeping your money in if gold and cryptos are nonsense and silver's nonsense and real estate's nonsense? What are you putting your money in? That pretty
What
Christmas
I put on
tree?
money, I no. I have invest money and I have on my saving money.
Into
That's
what?
all.
You have a savings account
I do.
and inflation's at 6.5% right now.
Ben, if you want to talk about inflation,
No. Answer my question.
you
Answer my
you are
question.
Ben.
Why can't you answer the
I tell you
question?
something now.
That's
If
a yes or no answer.
no, let's go in 1907 was inflation 20%. It was the stock market crash. In 1920, 1945, when was the Second War and was depression in United States was 14%. In 2000, in 87, 1987, when stock market crashed, it was like 7%.
Daniel
In
B.
2000,
Daniel
it was
B. What
5%.
was
And you
Daniel
know
B?
how much is
How?
now?
Oh, wait.
2.5%. And if you look to
2.5?
the CPI, this
2.5?
customer price index is raised only 1%. So in
What?
2015 was 1.2 CPI, now it's 2.5. So what are you talking about? What?
What are you talking about? It's 6.5. Jerome
Where?
Powell just
Where
said
is
it
where
yesterday.
it is 6.5?
Jerome Powell just said it yesterday
It's
live on
2.5.
MSNBC. You're telling me that Jerome Powell is wrong and it's 2.5.
CPI is 2.5.
Let me ask you this though. I want to ask you a question though before we even get into that. Back
Yes.
to what you said. When the inflation rate in 1980s was 15%, how did they calculate the consumer index then?
Easy. That's what you don't know, and that's what you need to study. They call the Philip curve. When you put the unemployment or employment um, with the inflation, and they every quarter or every year measure this curve. That's how it's calculated. Put it
Now?
on your
Now
note.
or in the
Philip
80s?
curve.
Now or in the 80s?
Put it on your note.
Now?
Philip curve.
Okay, Phillips curve. Everybody, you can Google that. But now or in the 80s? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about in the 80s they did it that way, or are you talking about now?
No, you still didn't listen to me. I say all system what they starting to let's
The
say.
CPI was not the same in the 80s as it is now. The Federal Reserve changed it.
Of course it's not, because it's also
Then
the
how the
dollar value was uncovered from the gold. Was
Yes,
released from the
exactly.
gold.
You're arguing your own self against your own arguments. Literally, Daniel B. I've not even had. All I've done is ask you questions.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just laughing on you because you don't know what you're talking about. You absolutely have no idea how is. You ask me how is calculate 80s. I told you the Philip curve, the unemployment against the inflation. That's
I
how it is.
ask
And you
you.
measure every year.
I ask you how it was measured in the 1980s. That's what I ask you. And I just asked you to clarify whether you meant now or the 1980s, and you said it's the same. It was not the same. The Federal Reserve changed the way they measure the CPI. That is a known fact. The CPI right now, according to the Fed, is 6.5%.
It's
If you hold
2.5.
on,
I just saw
no, it's
yesterday.
not. It's where did you see
In
it?
2015 was 1.5 to yesterday was 2.5. customer price index. Pull it. If I saw incorrectly, that's okay. But I saw 2.5. It's only 1% rise in 6 years. That's all.
1% rise in 6 years. Then why has the U.S. dollar went down why has the U.S. dollar index went down way more than 1% in 6 years?
Ben, take a look.
Let me ask you a question.
S&P
Daniel B, what's the definition? Daniel B, what's the definition of inflation?
There is the answer. S&P 500 and Dow Jones.
What is the definition of inflation?
There's the price rising against the income.
No, that's not inflation, Daniel B. Inflation is when you add money to the currency supply, when you add more currency, money printing. You inflate the supply just like you inflate a balloon. That's why the word inflation is used, because it's the same word.
Two things how you can inflate.
No, there's not.
When somebody supply money by the government, they printing money, they call monetary, and or if they go with spending the taxes or rotation, how they call this, fiscal policy. So what are you talking about?
That's not what are you talking? Inflation is adding money to the supply.
Yes.
Inflation, you inflate a balloon, you blow air into it, you add the air to it.
Okay.
Okay, what you just said was not none of that.
Ben, inflation was always in this economical circle. Always. And the wars was in 70s. 70 to 71 to 79. So what are you talking about? And what they do, they print more money to run the economy.
Multiple people are saying in the chat that CPI is at 6.8% and 6.8%. So I don't know what you saw, but everybody's saying it's at 6.8%. I mean, I live streamed Jerome Powell yesterday talking about the inflation. So that's why it's mind blowing to me that you don't know the CPI right now when I literally was live streaming it live with Jerome Powell right there beside me, telling everybody the CPI and saying that inflation wasn't transitory, which, by the way, you argued with me at the beginning of this year that it was going to be transitory. You were wrong about that, and so far you have contradicted yourself on every single point you've tried to make, because I haven't said 2 sentences. All I've done is ask you 4 questions this entire hour that we've been streaming. And in those 4 questions, you have contradicted yourself every single time. And now you don't even know the definition of inflation. How do you not know the definition of inflation? And you're having this conversation. And you told me you've researched cryptos? When you can't even tell me the definition of inflation and you don't even know what the CPI is, how the hell are we going to have a debate about cryptos? You don't know nothing of what you're talking about, man.
What is CPI? Tell me.
6.8%, like I told you.
Price index.
You're looking it up. Look it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man. You've been exposed today.
Because I saw yesterday.
Go ahead and call it another one down. Woo! Guys, I don't even debate professionally. I just ask questions, and this man, Daniel B., I was really hoping you had something for me, buddy. This build-up to this debate has been such a big build-up, and I feel like you disappointed everybody today, man. You let everybody down, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful. This is what I've been telling you. You need to do the research before you come at people with stuff that you are not 100% sure on, because when you get out here in the real world, not your fancy Christmas tree world, you can't sit there and hide behind a computer screen.
6.8% the rise in 12 months.
So it's at 6.8%.
I don't know what I saw yesterday. It was.
I don't either. That's why I was like, what are you talking about? Daniel B., come back to me. Go do some more research, buddy, because this is not.
What doesn't have? If I am wrong on this number with the cryptos.
You've contradicted yourself the whole hour today. Like I said, I have not even said 2 sentences. Everything I've done was ask questions, and you beat yourself in this debate. I did nothing. I didn't even state my opinion on anything. All I said was, what is the CPI? What does the person who invested in a caveman to make a will? when was the CPI or how was it calculated in 1980? If you go back and watch this stream, all I did was ask you questions and you sit here and jabbed yourself to death. I mean, you just beat the living hell out of your own self
No,
and
I
got
didn't.
blood all over the Christmas tree, buddy.
Well,
Please just go wash the Christmas tree off.
Hey Ben, stop.
Go take the
Stop
time and
doing
wash the Christmas tree off.
You completely out. You even don't know what was the economic cycles and how is the recession happen and nothing. You just came here with some blockchain. CPI, okay, I just checked it's 6.5, but I don't know what I saw yesterday. It was 2.5 and 2015 was 1.5. That's all what I say.
Then it'd be.
And if I'm mistaken, I apologize. I'm correcting. I check. That's correct.
You just tried to argue with me for 10 minutes straight about how I was wrong about the CPI number when you was wrong about it. And like I said, you've contradicted yourself. How am I going to give anybody any value debating you when your own points you can't even clarify? I'm going to be sitting here teaching people about cryptos while you're just some crazy guy with a Christmas tree behind him yelling in the background. That's all it's going to be. You don't have the knowledge of cryptos to even have this debate. I mean, when you can't tell me what inflation is, and then you can't tell me what the inflation rate is currently when Jerome Powell just came out yesterday, you're not prepared for this, man. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being honest with you.
Prepared for what? Tell me, for what? What?
I just told you.
On CPI?
No, everything. You've contradicted everything you said. Every question I've asked you, you said that. Everything. I'm not going to go back. You can go watch the stream, Daniel B.
No, just tell me what I contradict.
What
I contradict on crypto? Did I change my mind?
No,
you contradict on economic cycle.
You're contradicting your own statements. Like I said about crypto, I asked you, what is the difference? Because we never even got, I mean, you've went on and on about so many different things. We never even got to the full crypto debate.
What is difference or what? Tell me, what I contradict?
You said there was no uses for crypto. And I said, is there uses for tulips? And you said no. And then I said, so there's no uses for crypto. And you said, oh, there's actually one use for crypto. So you contradicted yourself there. And then I ask you, if there is a use for crypto and there is no use for tulips, then which one?
Stupid question. What was use for tulips? The use for tulips is just to grow tulips.
Okay.
Nothing, and back then there was nothing else, just trade and make speculation.
Okay, now ask me now. What is the use
for crypto? Crypto is here. The first started with the Bitcoin since 2009. Now it's 2021 and is 9 million times up. So tell me about that. How can go something 9 million times up?
What do I need to tell you? What do I need to tell you about if something went 9 million times up? Sounds like you missed the train and you're salty, bud.
I didn't miss the train. I'm just saying it's for me. It's not investment, maybe speculation.
I want you to go back. What is the Daniel B? Answer this other question, because you
think if I am not in a crypto, I must be dumb, and you all right. That's okay. I doing my stuff. You buying the things, coins, and everything else. I'm doing my stuff. That's all.
No, Daniel B. You have been no. Don't try.
Never bought it in my life.
That's fine. Listen to me though. Daniel B. Can I talk?
Stuff, because I think it's a bullshit too, and some people make a lot of money. That's all.
Can I talk?
Sure, talk.
Thank you. You've come in the live stream nonstop for a year and bashed cryptos left and right. That's why we're having this debate, because you constantly poked me to have this debate, and now we're having a debate. Now, I need you to answer this question. What is the use of blockchain? You said tulips. Now your answer for tulips. It was 30 minutes ago, no uses for tulips, but now you have a use to grow them. So what is the use for blockchain?
What is the use for blockchain? What is blockchain? It's a blockchain is create every Bitcoin transaction. They have a blockchain, yeah? If I'm correct. You can track how many people was trading this, where is the money goes. You don't need to have, you have confirmation by blockchain. Yeah, where is going. It's a blockchain. That's why I call blockchain.
That's how much little bit of blockchain
But
you know.
man, I
That's
tell
how
you
much.
something. Those technology in today, it's okay, it works. But do you know how this thing will work in 10 years? What if this technology disappear? What if some hackers can maybe through
What if your
inside
Christmas
the
tree falls on
blockchain?
your head
You
right
never
now?
know.
What if a Christmas tree falls on your head right now? I mean, what is your point there? What are you going to do? I mean, are you going to do you ask that about the stock market? What, you never know what's going to happen with the stock market. You
No,
still
you
trade
always
stocks?
talking about why I'm not in crypto. I'm saying that's why, because I don't trust this, and that's it. That's for me super simple. I don't need to speculate. I don't need to be in a cloud. What it can be do, what people can trade, where it can be moved,
No, no,
or
no, no,
how it
no.
can be decentralized,
What I, Daniel
and
B,
everything else.
Daniel
For
B,
me, the
I
crypto is not producing anything. It's a
I'm going to
as
ask.
investment is a
So
worthless, and a speculation maybe yes, but I'm not
so
speculate on this, and that's it. That is super simple. I don't have to know all this cosmos, all these
I didn't.
Shibas and
Nobody
everything
said
else.
you
I
had to
don't
know any.
care.
You don't have to know all the different coins to know about blockchain. I didn't ask you about the coins.
No, no.
Again, I want to ask you again. What is the use of blockchain? What
The
is its
blockchain,
What is its purpose?
in my opinion, is the
No, not
use.
your opinion. I didn't ask for your opinion. I said, what is blockchain? What is its
The
purpose?
blockchain is you tracking your money. You are in a control where the money are spending, and you can see every transaction clearly, transparently. Where is money go? Where is the bitcoins go or whatever? That's the blockchain.
That's
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 what the blockchain is.
that's no, that's not
So
blockchain.
what is it? Tell me, what is it?
So
Tell me something
blockchain.
special and convince me that
Okay.
the blockchain is something special and I have to buy the bitcoin. Tell
Okay,
me.
I got you. I got you, Daniel B. Don't interrupt me. Please let me go. Blockchain is called blockchain because each block contains data, not just transactions, any type of data possible. Our
Yes.
biggest, so right now, what is our biggest problem? We have lots of computers, huge giant computers, because there's so many people in the world, there's not enough hardware storage, correct?
Yes.
So blockchain, the data in that connects and closes. The block opens, all the data that can fit in there that's supposed to, according to the protocols, will fill up, and then it will close, and then the end of that blockchain will that block will verify the next block that attaches to the chain, and make sure that there's no hackers or scammers or anything different in the
So this is
previous.
transparent tracking money. Yeah, that's what I say.
No, but it's not just tracking money. It's any
Okay.
type of data ever. So
Okay.
if this technology has the ability to decrease the space of all these giant computers, it has the ability. Cosmos and Immutable X, several other chains, because they're proof of stake, have now went carbon neutral. They don't have any things that are hurting the environment. There's no mining involved, so there's no super energy being used. It's energy efficient as well. So it's better than the current way that we have to transfer data. Daniel B, every single thing on your phone is data being transferred in and out.
That's what I say.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
but if it's a better system than we currently have, is that not more valuable? Is that not valuable to have better data transfer? Faster, quicker, more efficient?
That's all good, but it's not gonna work. That's it. Not
Why
gonna
does it not work?
as a payments, or as a you think. Never will. It never ever will replace the fiat money. Never. And you can say whatever you want. It's super simple. It's not. It's there is creation is good in today technology. How you are sure it will exist in 10 years, this technology? There is so many technology was here before, and they disappear because the software change. This is always the software who is creating this. What if this software change? What is the something happens, and it can happen anything with technology.
Yeah, but that's the same thing with anything in life, Daniel. You can't argue any type of arguments with what if this happens, what if that happens. Like I said, what if that Christmas tree falls on you?
That's why I'm this is good idea, everything's okay, but it's not as a fiat, it's a speculation, because first you don't know how to evaluate these things. This is running on hope or fear or some other stuff.
So does
whatever
the
you
stock
call.
market. Does the stock market not run on hope and fear?
No, it's not.
The stock market doesn't have hope and fear in it.
It is only for retards, but you can evaluate the company. You know this company is there. You know this company is going out of business. They have plant, they have buildings, they have resources what you can sell in arbitrage or whatever. And you know they are in deep shit. But how you can spot it, the cryptos in big shit? Or it's going to 500,000. You cannot spot it.
Yes,
You're just waiting there, sitting there.
No.
Next 20 years.
See,
And
this
Bitcoin
is
will be
this is
500,000.
what I was talking about earlier when I was trying not to, when I was saying I wasn't being disrespectful. You're not prepared for this argument. You have not done enough research.
No, you don't tell me I'm not prepared. I'm prepared. You just talking. You accept something. This is not what I prepare. You don't know what will happen with Bitcoin. What if somebody else will tomorrow? Government came and they say nobody.
What
will
if?
use
What
Bitcoin.
if? What if?
And you know
I can
what?
make the
And
same
Apple-
arguments. I can
Apple-
make.
Apple, Samsung, everybody else will remove these apps with your phone. So you don't have an app with your phone. You don't have Microsoft will delete your app, and you don't have crypto wallet. You don't have crypto. You can wipe your ass with your cryptos. That's all. That's all what they can do. They can be regulated. The people can shut down this very easy. So what you can say? You have I have confirmation, I have Bitcoin, but where are you gonna complain? They say we don't care. It was your speculation.
I don't want to complain. I'm not relying on the government. I'm not a little baby who needs the government to sit there and hold his hand and walk around and tell him everything. I can trade with somebody else without the government putting their shit involved. Apparently, you need.
If government, how you can trade if government put restriction? Let's say. Nobody, Microsoft, Apple, Samsung, whatever company it is, has to delete it or will be not allowed this software to trade the cryptos.
They can't. It doesn't matter. China. What do you? That's another. First off, that's another what if. So again, what if
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As you expecting, it's a good idea. It is. I'm saying it is good idea. If we know how to make valuable, how we can put the correct price for this and everything else, it is good idea, but I'm saying always it's not gonna be.
Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you?
Not investment at all.
Do you want me to tell you how you can value cryptos?
Yes, tell me how.
The same way you value a stock. You go look at the website and look.
When I can see the annual report or something.
Yeah, you go to the white papers and you can get a whole thing of their timeline of what's going to be happening the next 7 years, the same as a stock earnings report or a stock investor presentation. Cryptos have it too. It's called the white papers. If you've done any bit of research, you would know that. This is simple, basic crypto stuff.
Ben, what the white papers say?
It depends on the coin. What does every investor presentation say, Daniel B? What the hell does that question mean? Like, what are you saying?
Investor presentations say, what is company about? How is the prediction for the future? Let's say next 5 years. How they are doing now? How the sell is? How the debt is? How many new customers they have? How many customers they lost? And what is the prediction? And everything. So you can take a look and say
that is the same exact thing as the white papers, Daniel B.
Yeah, and what they say in white papers, we have a Bitcoin and prediction is 500,000.
No, that's not how the white papers go. If you read this is how I know you have no idea that this is what I'm saying, man. You can't come into this argument and you don't even know what white papers are.
I don't care what this white paper is. A nonsense. It's a whole crypto world. That's okay. You
all right, guys.
White paper.
All right, guys. We're getting
white paper in my toilet.
You got. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
you know, and
All
they
right,
say
guys.
everything about crypto.
All right, guys. We're gonna call it a day here. Daniel B, I appreciate you joining me and getting some input
No,
for
where are
you.
you going? So we even didn't we
No,
talk about your
I
stupid crypto. We didn't talk about the trading and
we
everything.
didn't have to. We didn't have to, man. It's an hour and a half in, and I don't even know what I just sat through. And I got more stuff to do than sit here and listen to
Hey,
turtleneck
go
bald
and
Santa
read your
Claus.
white papers.
I will. I will. I'll enjoy my white papers.
Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the crypto white paper and send me the link. By the way, I wanna see this.
You go find the white papers. You know how to research stocks. It's the same as
No,
crypto.
I never hear about white papers. I wanna see the white papers, you know, and
Oh, you've
this
never.
unique
So wait,
this
wait, wait,
unique
wait,
report.
wait, wait, wait,
I wanna see
wait.
the unique report. How many people buy,
So
how many people sell, and what it will be pricing. You know, if this is how we can
Daniel B, you never heard of white
I
papers
wanna
until
invest.
today? You never heard of white papers until today?
Never hear white papers.
Yeah,
Never.
exactly.
Never
All right,
ever read
guys.
it. Never
Appreciate
ever
everybody
read it.
joining us as always. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time.